You're listening to No Plot, Only Lore, a podcast about games and the tables we play them at. Your DMs tonight and every night are Josh and Chris. You can find us on all podcast platforms or check us out at noplotonlylore.com. If you like what you hear today, please rate and review the show and share it with everyone you've ever met.
Welcome back to No Plot Only Lore, this week brought to you by Generational Trauma. Have you ever wanted to make sure that your kids are just like you? Fuck them up, the same way your parents did to you. Generational Trauma. It's for everyone.
You know, I've worked very hard to make sure my kids aren't exactly like me, but that it is funny going back now and like being like, oh yeah, there's like that's why my dad is the way he is. That's why my grandpa is the way he is. It's all goes back to one asshole, and oh boy.
I have some interesting new trauma that I'm giving Thor. Because, like, my mom was a teen mom.
Sure.
She had me when she was 17.
Sure.
She was a single mom until I was 8.
Mm-hmm.
And I was 31 when Thor was born and married, and now he gets divorce trauma instead.
I mean, yeah, my kids also unintentionally got the divorce traumas, but I guess it's just what happens with people these days.
I wonder if there's anybody who intentionally has divorce trauma. Like the parents went into it thinking, you know what, we're going to get divorced from this kid at 7, and it's going to fucking suck.
I'm okay with the idea that there are parents who had kids with the intent of screwing them up. But given how much of a pain in the ass divorce can be, I can't imagine they'd want to put themselves through that.
Yeah, that's got to be like a weird kink or something. Just like that, there's no other explanation for going into it wanting to get divorced.
Yeah, it's just a suffrage kink? Suffering kink? Yeah. It's not a suffrage kink. It's a different thing.
Yeah, that's women's voting.
Yeah, it's women voting.
Real turned on. No, so we're both parents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you are a dad. I am also a dad. Our kids are of an age.
Yeah.
And
our kids are your kid is the same age as one of mine.
Yes.
Yeah. So we've been doing this for a similar amount of time.
Yeah, and it is not easy.
Ooh. Far from.
Often, yeah. But I figured it might be harder if we were living in a place where manticores were real.
Well, that's the first issue you brought up that I don't know if I'm on board with. It might be easier to have something that focusing other than just like the horrors of the modern world to worry about every day. Like at least in that setting, you know exactly what the horror is and where it is. And I feel like right now I just kind of have to be on high alert at all times.
All right, so hear me out.
Okay.
We take this world and all of the horrors that we have to be like constantly on the watch for.
Go on.
Add manticores.
Oh. I don't know. I still feel like, okay. I like that having like a physically present. I like the idea of having a physically present horror that is not beyond comprehension, but at least like, you know, somewhat knowable. It's sort of a unifying force as opposed to like like a lot of the stuff that you take from the modern world, I think would just sort of fall away if all of a sudden tomorrow, yar, here be dragons or whatever. You know?
I don't know if that's true, because like I don't know if we would stop doom scrolling just because there was a griffin attack downtown.
I know
I think we would doom scroll about it. Like I would see so many posts about griffin attacks happening.
Griffin awareness.
Yeah. There's a specific group on Facebook for like things that are happening around Victoria, and it would just be like a post of a person in a cop uniform like in the foreground, and in the background would be like two griffins fighting over some garbage. That I can already see them.
So griffins are like magpies in your world?
I'm thinking more like shitty pigeons, like really shitty pigeons. Yeah.
Okay.
There was actually so there was a meme post going around for a while of different griffin breeds.
Okay.
That I liked. That was like half crow, half raccoon.
Ew.
Or like half pigeon, half squirrel.
Uh-huh.
And I think the world needs more weird chimeric creatures like that. Just like pick two critters, stuff them together, like that girl and the dog from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh no, Christopher! I don't even watch anime, and I know what you're talking about, and that's rude.
Okay, so monsters are real. Right.
Yeah.
Like in a fantasy world, monsters are real. You can't tell your kid that the monster under the bed isn't real because there is absolutely a very good chance that there is something under the bed that you need to punch.
Sure.
Monster in the closet, same deal.
Yep.
Cockatrice out in the woods. Don't go near the lake because a kelpie's going to get you.
Okay.
How does your parenting change given the omnipresent nature of danger in that world?
The types of skills I teach them and when I teach them get changed drastically.
Mm-hmm.
I think you start teaching them about a lot more practical self-defense, we'll call it, early on.
Okay. Just get your sword and a buckler.
I think so. Genuinely, I think so. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what else to.
I think the first thing for me would be I would have more kids.
Oh well, you gotta have some backups. I mean,
yeah,
you're rocking the solo dolo right now. I have a spare. I think everyone in general. It just goes back to like pre-germ theory child raising.
Right, where like the smallest infection can kill your child and everyone is going to have tuberculosis.
Yeah, it's just like, hey man, like half of them might make it. So
yeah. I wonder, like, so one of the things that we've noticed is that like industrialization and modernization does impact the number of kids people have.
Right.
And I wonder if that would still hold true if there was a reasonable assumption that occasionally a like chupacabra is just going to eat one of your kids.
Mm-hmm. I think so. I don't know why it would.
Would we still have the population drop off a bit? Like, would cities just be safer in general?
Yes.
Like, we have flying threats, so we've got like dragons and shit that we got to worry about.
No, I think. Yeah, like you said, cities in general would be safer. I think you'd see, if anything, like less rural settlements and stuff, like a further condensation of the population.
Interesting.
Yeah, for just like good old fashioned safety in numbers.
Farming would become weird.
Farming would be like farming would be like those guys who put out like fires at wellheads.
Right. Okay, so it'd just be like, actually, yeah, I'm imagining like a fire tower type person who's just like living off on their own, and their whole job is to make sure the wheat grows.
Yeah.
What do you do if you wake up one day and your kid has some horns?
You know, I'm trying to be like an open and accepting parent, and I understand that like, you know, every kid's journey is different or whatever, but I gotta say, I am probably going to be a little like devil phobic.
Okay, that's fair. I think given your background, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a lot of things that I cannot find a way to love, but like, this, I think, is one of those things.
I think the first step for me would be like I would have to take a harder look at my 23andMe profile and just like see how many demons I have like kicking around in the background there. Because like there's a possibility that I've just got like some latent demon genes happening in there that I just don't know about, right? And I would also probably have to have a like really long talk with my son's mom about the same and just be like, hey, like, I don't want to be judgmental or weird about it, but kids got horns and neither of us got horns.
Oh, yeah, I would definitely be 100% pinning this on my ex. That's 100% in her family tree.
That would be hilarious if, like, years after you were like, you turned our child into a demon. It turns out that, like, your great-great-grandpappy was like 1/4 demon.
I refuse to believe that. No, this is 100% on her and her. Frankly, like, I know which member of the family it is. It's the adopted one, and we don't know anything about. I know exactly what her family history is, and that includes Satan.
I wonder, like, what other types of, like, weird magical puberty shit there would be that you have to deal with. Like, one thing, okay, so the sex talk gets weird.
Yeah, given how many, like, do you sit your kid down and have a talk about the birds and the bees and the spiders and the grasshoppers and the scorpions? Or, like, is it just the birds and the bugs?
Like, how many things is it possible to get pregnant? For one thing, and I know there's a book about that, but I'm not going to open it.
I think in Dungeons and Dragons, it's probably just about everything.
Yeah.
Like, I know this isn't like accurate to how they came into existence, but like somehow dragons had relationships with people that resulted in children, right? Mm-hmm. So,
well, and I mean they are famously shapeshifters, so impregnating some humans or getting impregnated by a human, although I don't know how that would work with the eggs and shit. Yeah, so like you would have to have some version of the shit. What is that test called?
What?
There's a test that you can do that's named after a Doctor Who character.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
The Harkness
I'm gonna
test?
look. Yeah, the Harkness test. The Harkness test.
Again, I'm just guessing. I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. So the Harkness test is, can I fuck this?
Right.
And the answer has to be on like a 2-point axis. 1 is the creature intelligent enough to provide consent.
Okay.
2 is the character that you were thinking about fucking old enough in their culture and society to provide that consent.
Okay.
So if you are wooing a creature and that creature is like an elf that lives 600 years, what is the age of consent for elf?
Oh. Ew. Why do you make me think about these things?
But like that becomes a problem for teenagers, right? Like if you have a group of horny ass teenagers running around, like all of the humans are going to be at one stage potentially. All of the elves and the dwarves are going to be at different stages, right? Like for the dwarves, if there's beard on the chin, play ball. Like how does that go?
Hey, I hate that phrase. I'm just putting it out there. I don't like that.
No, me either, but it's hilarious.
Gross. Oh God. Where were we? What were we talking about?
We were talking about magical puberty and how
Right.
fucking weird it would be to be in like the teenage era for various creatures, right? Because like one of the other things you got to consider is like a friend that you make when you're 14 as a human. If that person is an elf, that person is still going to be 14 when you're 35.
Right. Right. That makes sense.
Right. Or depending on the setting, they may like age at the same rate as humans until they hit like their 20s and then they just stop.
Right. Right.
Which simplifies a lot of shit, right? Like if everything goes from like 0 to 20 at the same rate, roughly, and then the age differences happen, then that's great. And we can just like hand wave it and a wizard did it. But like if we have roughly equivalent lifespan and life cycle stuff going on, then shit gets weird.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Ugh, I hate thinking about that.
Education.
Education. Oh. Education's a tough one. I feel like, honestly, in that kind of world, you're going to have a lot more homeschooling, for better or worse.
Well, I mean, it saves you from the griffin attacks.
True.
Like, there's a lot less concern about a monster popping out of the woods and, like, snatching your child and eating them if they don't leave home.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that. I feel like maybe this is a case for more, like, and, you know, problematic identities notwithstanding, but maybe we need more Hogwarts-like schools where you just send your kid to, like, a fortress.
Yeah,
a
like
fortress
schools,
school.
but magic. Like, not necessarily a magic school, but like a school that is magic and capable of, like, defending your children from the dark arts.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I was initially thinking a lot more along the lines of, like, the Lookouts from Penny Arcade.
Yeah.
Where, like, you have an organization of scout-type people who are going to teach your kids how to survive in the world.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know how.
I'm trying to think of what other type of schools exist right now that, like, might survive well in that. Because, like, yeah,
Montessori.
like, jeez. I hate that. So homeschooling would be even more fraught with peril than the existing version.
100%. Yeah.
What other schools are there? It's going to be one of those, like, weird jungle schools where it's just, like, an open-topped classroom hidden in the woods.
Yeah. There's also, like, the nature schools where, like, they just take you out into the woods and learn you.
Yeah.
I think those are going to be less popular in this world.
Yes. Yeah. Their attrition rate's going to be insane.
You've got stuff like apprenticeships. Like just
I bet your apprenticeships go crazy.
Yeah, having your kid learn at, like, the elbow of somebody who knows how to do a thing.
Yeah.
Which, like, is very fantasy world-esque.
Sure.
Like, everybody is an apprentice for a thing, I guess. Unless, like, you're a farmer. Colleges might be a thing, too. Not in, like, the way that we think of them, but, like, more in the traditional sense of you learned everything you could about math from the 6 books that your town owns, and now you go to college.
Yeah.
So, like,
what was kind of the name of the wind type thing there, right?
Yeah, like that, or like the oldest versions of, like, Oxford.
Yeah.
So, like, that might be a thing, because then you get to be a kid at home, and then you, like, as soon as you're an adult, you fuck off and learn to be a wizard or whatever.
Yeah, like your parents teach you the basics, and then off you go.
Yeah. So that might be a thing, too. I wonder what, like, how the printing press would interact with education in that world.
I could only assume it would actually, like, raise the stock. Like, if you got to spend more time being indoors for safety, and like congregating isn't necessarily a great idea, but things still need to get out there, it's easier to have one person travel with books than 10 people travel, right?
Yeah. I just had the dumbest fucking idea.
Go on.
So, assuming that television is still a thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, people are still filming entertainment to provide to people. How much more difficult would it be to shoot on site when you've got to worry about, like, there's a dragon in the shot?
I just have a feeling that every single series will be shot in a cave.
Just like, yeah, there's so many things that could go wrong in a magical world for, like, setting up your scene.
Yeah.
Just like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, suddenly there's a fireball somewhere down the strip because somebody lost some money or whatever. Like, now you gotta reset everything and your PAs are all pissed
every
off.
movie is post-apocalyptic.
Just Mad Max everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so one that I was thinking about that I thought was kind of neat is the idea of resurrection as a safety net.
Ooh, if magic is like not limited in some way.
Even if it is, the fact that you can cast Revivify for a relatively low fee.
Sure. So, okay. So my thought on this idea is like, assuming the worst, capitalism always wins. And the unfortunate side effect is that, like, this magic, while commonplace, becomes essentially like something that only rich people do. Because they're the only ones who can afford it. Because for the same reason that, like, shitty entities sprout up to regulate industries that really don't need regulation, that will happen to protect whatever the ruling class is. Like, well, we can't just have any, backyard mage bringing people back from the dead or whatever.
I'm thinking clerics, right? Like, so we've got like two levels that are happening there of just like the backyard preacher,
right,
who is like casting Revivify on kids if they happen to fall out of a tree or whatever,
right.
Just kind of like on his own dime. And then you've got like the fucking mega churches that are doing like proper resurrections and like immortality spells and shit for like rich ass donors. Like, come and pray at the church and we will get you immortality that is both literal and metaphorical.
So the only two religious figures that exist in this world are John the Baptist and Joel Osteen.
Currently, yes. There's some world building that needs to be done here, I'll admit. But like you would have extremes like that, right? You would have like,
oh sure,
and then also just like the normal neighborhood priest of whatever gods are prevalent here. That would also be another interesting conversation that you would have to have with your kids of just like, okay, kid, it's time to figure out which god of the pantheon you're going to devote your life to.
Do you feel like the different gods bring people back with different flavors to them? Like, like if someone dies and they're raised by like the wrong god, like, are they a little off?
Moradin brings you back and you're a little shorter.
Yeah.
Groomsh brings you back and you're just like, you're grumpy all the time. You have like anger management issues now.
Yeah, like Palor brings you back and suddenly like you're just outside all the time. I don't know.
Oh man, yeah. Everybody Palor brings back turns into like a fucking hippie.
Yeah. Lolth brings you back and somehow you're an emo kid.
Yeah. I'm wondering how... Okay, so like we talked a little bit about like the population of our kids, like how many kids we would end up having because you just need to replace them.
Yeah.
Right? Like, in a world where kids are going to die all the fucking time, then you're going to be in a society that just values having more kids.
But would they, though? Because if you just bring them back from the dead all the time, then who gives a shit?
Well, and that's the thing, right? Like, would you be as concerned about your kid's safety if you could just like bring the kid to your dad and be like, I broke him again? Like,
I want to say yes if my theory about different gods making them weirder has any weight to it. Like, no, I like this kid the way he is. I don't want to have him brought back by fucking Avandra or whatever. Like, then he'll just, wander off and I'll never see him again.
That's interesting. Let's assume for the moment that is not the case, though.
Okay.
It's like your kid gets resurrected exactly as they were. There's no change to them. Like, do you worry about your kid climbing on shit that they shouldn't climb on, or are you just like, well, better bring him to the cleric?
I mean, like, as a parent, like, obviously you don't want to see your kid like hurt or suffer for like no reason. So I think you're still like a normal amount of concerned about them doing something stupid. If only for like the financial impact on the family. Like, if I got to raise a kid every other week, like, we are barely holding on, right?
God, my mom would have spent so much fucking money on resurrections.
Yeah, like that's how you, honestly, without like a family doctor in that way, like, you can't build generational wealth if you're constantly paying out of pocket for resurrections for kids.
Oh shit. Mormons would have so many healers because they're all priests.
Would a Mormon kid even have, like, would he even hit the ground before getting hit with the healing spell? You know, like
no, they would thump and then get up and run away. Right?
Yeah.
No, it would be. Oh man, yeah. I'm just like, my extended family is Mormon, so I'm thinking like, would any of my cousins have ever sustained an injury at all?
No, you know what? It goes the other direction. Because resurrection is so trivial, then the games they play get far more dangerous.
Yeah, that brings up playtime a little bit with like Monsters and Magic and like fighting. Were you a martial arts in the basement kid?
I was a wrestling in the basement kid, like a professional wrestling in the basement kid.
Yeah. I was like bad Power Rangers Kung Fu in the basement kid.
No, I was a Tatanka versus Ultimate Warrior in the basement kind of kid.
Fantastic. Because you don't have to worry about like fucking up a wrestling move.
No.
If your dad can just heal you, right?
Do you know how many pedigrees I would have dropped on my brothers growing up?
Oh god, like the number of things I would have jumped off of are just stupid.
Thinking of the things that we jumped off of without any of these safety things in place, we would have bullied Isaac into doing way more dangerous things.
Well, and like, imagine if you have access to any of that magic yourself.
Right.
Like small magic items, you've got like an amulet of Featherfall or whatever that you can utilize. Suddenly you're taking way bigger risks with your life and freedom and limbs.
Yeah, I mean, like the level of thing you can get up to and then just don't tell mom is like incredible.
Oh my god. Okay, one, that is a great name for a game. Just like a role-playing game called Don't Tell Mom sounds amazing.
You're just a bunch of kids getting into trouble in the woods?
Yeah, like you have like a fort or like a base in the woods, and each of you has like a minor magic trinket or something that you can utilize, and then you just get into fucking trouble.
Yeah. You go
Amazing.
out and you explore cave systems that 100% contain bears.
Yeah, you occasionally just like hang out near the sewer grate to see how many dire rats you can throw rocks at, right? Like,
you just start pouring shit down into the sewer hoping for Ninja Turtles.
I may have already done that. God, my brother and I spent entirely too much money of like my mom's grocery budget mixing together quote unquote mutagen.
Oh no.
That was just like concentrated orange juice and milk and soy sauce and like whatever other liquids we could find in the fucking fridge. And then we would pour it down the sewers thinking that we were going to get Ninja Turtles, not realizing like there aren't any fucking turtles in Calgary sewers.
Like there was the winter that we caught a salamander, and I was like, I wonder, but
what type of trauma do you need to put the salamander through to make it a mutant?
Exactly. He had a good winter. We fed him well.
Oh, good.
Okay. So I guess that covers playtime and healthcare. Chores.
Chores.
Are you ever doing a chore in a world where the broom can sweep itself?
Unseen Servant would be a fucking game changer.
Yeah.
Like, out of all of the spells that exist in D&D, right? Like, I don't know if you have, like, superhero fantasies ever of just, like, what would I do if I had a certain superpower?
Sure.
Okay. The one I always go to is the stupidest and most useless.
Which?
It is always Wolverine's claws.
Just because, like, they're cool?
Just because they're cool, right? Like, I imagine myself, like, walking down a street, like, dragging my claws across, like, a chain link fence or something, right? Like, I have nothing to do with claws. I'm not a violent person. I don't fight. There is never anything that I need to kill like that. I don't cut things for a living. I don't cut things for fun. Like, nothing in my life would be made better by having Wolverine's claws, but that's the one that I always, like, just kind of fantasize about while I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
The one that would be useful is teleportation.
Yes, that's one I always think about.
Yeah, like the movie Jumper with Hayden Christensen, which was really bad.
It was awful.
But that power and some of the uses of it, like the first half of that movie were actually really solid.
Yeah.
Just like jump into a bank, take all the money. Jump out of the bank. Now you have money.
Yeah.
Right. And in the same way as that, everybody thinks they want Fireball. Everybody actually wants Unseen Servant.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I get where you're going at now. I was like, this is a long road to halt, but yeah. So I think the benefit of Unseen Servant or things of its ilk is that it would almost instantly let everyone have the kind of life that the rich already have. Mm-hmm. Where they solve that problem with money, you can solve the problem with magic. And now you have infinitely more time in your life to either like focus on your career or pursue artistic endeavors or just explore the world or do nothing and actually like recuperate or recover or heal when you need to. And
I don't recall. Is it a level 1 or a cantrip?
As far as I know, it's a cantrip. Don't quote me on that. I haven't looked it up in a long time.
So that means that you can cast it several times.
Yeah.
Your entire farm is just Unseen Servants. All of your duties in regards to like getting food for your family are automated now.
Yeah, you choose like the one task on the farm that you like doing. Like, I actually like doing the evening milking of the cows myself. I'll go do that or whatever, you know?
I like brushing the whatever creatures. I was going to say horses, but then I had to imagine myself touching a horse, and that wasn't about it.
I was going to say, like it lets you actually live out that, like, performative trad wife fantasy, because, yeah, you have the time to, like, get really good at making sourdough for no reason.
I was also just thinking that, like, my favorite cursed item is the Bag of Devouring. And that would be incredible in a household. Yeah. You never have to throw your garbage out again.
Nope.
It just all goes in the Bag of Devouring, and the Bag of Devouring is happier that you did it.
Keep the kids away from it, or you're going to have to, grow them another arm, but...
I mean, same with the Bag of Holding or whatever. Like, don't let Timmy fall in the Bag of Holding. Fair. Ain't no air in there, Timmy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think chores would be significantly easier and probably wouldn't even need to be done by the kids, except as, like, a way to teach them what needs to be done for the Unseen Servant to be able to do it.
Well, okay, no. So I was actually going to ask you, without chores, what tool do you use to teach your kids things like ownership and responsibility and like the need to be self-reliant without like having arbitrary tasks assigned to them?
I mean, this assumes that you have access to Unseen Servant, and not everybody will.
Okay.
Like, because not everybody has magic, and magic items are relatively expensive. So, like, if we assume that a medallion of Unseen Servant costs the same as, like, a nice car,
but, like...
then, like, you might have a second-hand one from somewhere.
But that's what I'm saying, like, that this stuff kind of lasts forever, right? Like,
yeah.
You know, if you look at, like, the Eberron setting and how much random magical stuff is just kind of lying around, like, at a certain point, I think you culturally sort of hit just, like, a saturation.
One of the things that Eberron does that I think is neat is artificers early on weren't able to make, like, full-ass magic items all the time. They made, like, temporary use or, like, one-time use magic items. So,
Right.
like, you would have an amulet of Featherfall, but the first time you used it, it would break.
Okay.
Right? So you have one casting of that spell, and then it's gone. And so
Yeah.
like, that's a limitation in that world that makes it so that not everybody has access to all the magic all the time.
Yeah.
And I think something like that would probably be baked into the real world as well.
Okay.
Because, like, if you were to make an amulet of Unseen Servant, how many dollars would you sell that for?
I don't know. That's
all of them.
Yeah.
I would be a billionaire.
I guess.
Like, especially if I was the first person to come up with it. Whew.
Sure.
Oh boy. Yeah. Christopher Hansen branded Unseen Servant amulets. Hansen brand. It never goes out.
I don't know if I love the idea of Hansen brand servants.
I mean, they've been around before. Hey, thanks for making it all the way through this episode of No Plot, Only Lore. If you're looking for more, you can always find us at noplotonlylore.com and on all the very best podcast platforms. If you like what you heard today, please share, rate, and review the show to feed my never-ending need for attention and validation.